Hey guys, what's up? I want to put a plea up to Oprah, the Red Table Talk, or any individual with a platform who has done a show or a series on parental estrangement. Oprah recently did the podcast or YouTube, whatever it was, where she invited people, including so-called experts, to sit down and talk about parental estrangement. And I thought it was okay, except for the fact that there were very few estranged parents compared to sons and daughters who had walked away from their families. And I want to know if Oprah or Pinkett Smith or Dr. Phil or someone else would be willing to do a roundtable discussion, which would include estranged parents, along with sons and daughters who estranged from said parents. And it doesn't have to be where I would meet up with my daughters. It wouldn't be that type of dynamic. It would be a commiseration or a gathering of people on both sides of the spectrum. We all gather, kind of hang out, get together, see what we have in common, maybe have a brunch, break bread, and then after that, we all sit around and we all talk. Because the one key that is missing from this whole equation is that when a son or daughter walks away and they break free and they ghost their parents or their entire family, they do not see the face of their parent when their parent's heart is shattering. So who's up for the challenge? Maybe Howard Stern. Would he be open to it? I would volunteer to meet with others who decided to break free from their parents or their families, etc. Maybe took their children with them, just so we could sit down and have a meeting of the minds. You could express to me, someone you don't know, why you're angry with your mom or you're disgruntled with your dad or what happened in your family. And we could just have a simple back and forth. You could explain to me what I would be 100% safe because I'm not your mom. I'm not your aunt. I'm not your grandma. If we could just sit down and talk with open hearts, open minds, and maybe come to some sort of resolution where if you could talk to me and maybe I could be your sponsor. Let's just say you need a parental, an estrangement sponsor. So I could be your sponsor and I could maybe communicate with your mom or talk to your dad and say, you know what, your son or daughter talked to me. They would love to be able to express themselves. They don't feel safe doing it one-on-one. So here I am. And so if we could just have a conversation about how they're feeling, maybe me delivering the message would be less hostile, threatening, or angry than it coming from a son or daughter. So who is up for this challenge? I would volunteer. It's 15 years for me. My daughters are doing their own thing. Will I reconnect with them or not? I have no idea. So I can walk into this being calm, cool, and collected. And I might cry and I might not. I'm not saying my emotions will not get the best of me, because if I start talking about my daughters with someone else their age, I probably will cry. But then maybe our adult sons and daughters would see the humanity in all of this, just feel something. Maybe their heart will be moved. I'm not saying it's a solution, but it's the one piece of the puzzle that is missing. So quit doing these shows unless you're willing to finally bring the same amount of estranged parents together with the same amount of estranged sons and daughters, and let's just see if we can clear the air, especially before Christmas, especially for the fact that you have children that your mom and dad miss and your children miss your parents. So let's do it. Let's do something. I'm willing to do it. It's just the way it is. So anyways, let's talk and I'll be back.